All right, let's get right into it. We are going to break down gut health with a super simple playbook. I'm talking no complicated science, just the straight-up goods on how to get your stomach happy and, actually working for you instead of against you.
I mean, let's be real. Who hasn't done that? We've all been there. But this quote just hits the nail on the head. Your gut is so much more than just a passive tube for that late-night pizza. It's really time we stop just hoping for the best and start understanding what's actually going on in there.
And this is the main thing to remember. Think of it like this. Your gut is the backstage crew that's running your entire show. Seriously, it's not just about digestion. It affects your energy, your immune system, even your mood. A huge chunk of your body's serotonin, that's the feel-good chemical, is actually made in your gut. It's a massive operation.
So, let's pull back the curtain for a second and see why this crew is so dang important. What's the real difference when they're on top of their game versus when they're, well, not?
This pretty much says it all, doesn't it? We all know that feeling of having the energy to just crush the day, and we definitely all know what it feels like to be a potato on the couch. That's literally the difference a happy, well-fed gut can make. It's huge. Okay, so to really understand how to support that backstage crew, you gotta meet the two most valuable players on the team. Once you get these two concepts, all the food advice is gonna make so much more sense, I promise.
First up, probiotics. These are the good guys, the frontline workers. They're actual living bacteria that show up to reinforce your natural gut microbes. Think of it like you're calling in reinforcements to help win the battle down there.
And look, if probiotics are the soldiers, then prebiotics, that's their food supply. You can't just have one without the other. It doesn't work. Bringing in the good bacteria is step one, absolutely. But step two is you have to feed them so they'll stick around and do their job. All right, time to get practical. Where do we find these little reinforcements? Let's talk about the foods that are absolutely packed with probiotics, just waiting to join your gut squad. Here are your all-stars. You've got the dairy-based heroes like yogurt and kefir, and then there's this whole amazing world of fermented foods. We're talking kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, and tempeh. These are your direct lines for getting those good bacteria into your system.
And the goal here is a gut that runs like a well-oiled, slightly funky machine. And yeah, some of these fermented foods have a strong flavor. But that funk, that's the taste of a healthy, hardworking gut. So you got to embrace the funk. Okay, so we've brought in the good bacteria. Awesome. Now, what do we feed them? That's where prebiotics come in. And you're going to find them mainly in fiber-rich foods.
This list right here is all about the fuel. Think vibrant, awesome plant-based foods. We've got leafy greens like spinach and kale, whole grains, things like beans and lentils, and of course, colorful berries. This is the stuff your gut's good guys absolutely love to chow down on.
But let's zoom in on one of these for a second. We're always told to eat our greens, right? But why? What's actually happening in our gut when we eat a salad?
Here it is. This is why they are legends. You're literally providing the fuel, these special sugars and all this fiber, for your good gut bacteria to throw a massive party. It's a pretty wild way to think about your next salad, isn't it?
And here's a super simple, totally doable swap you could make today. The fiber in whole grains like oats and quinoa is like premium fuel for your gut bacteria. Processed white bread and rice? They just don't offer much for your little buddies to work with.
Now, let's be real. Sometimes things just go wrong. Our gut gets irritated, it gets angry. So what can we eat when we need to just calm everything down? The go-to list here is short, but it is powerful. Ginger and bananas. Ginger is famous for being anti-inflammatory, and bananas are super easy to digest, which makes them both perfect for when your stomach is just not having a good day. I love this way of thinking about it. When your gut is throwing a full-on tantrum, ginger is like the cool aunt that shows up and just tells everyone to chill out. It naturally helps reduce that awful nausea and irritation, just settling the whole scene down. Now let's put it all together. Think about this. Berries are an amazing prebiotic, right? And yogurt is a fantastic probiotic. You combine them and what do you get? Boom! A double gut win. You're bringing in the good guys and you're feeding them in the exact same bite. So, let's wrap this up. What's the playbook? What are the simple winning moves you can make, like right now? It really can be this simple. Toss some sauerkraut or kimchi on a sandwich. Swap your usual white rice for quinoa every once in a while. And have that yogurt and berry breakfast. These little changes start feeding your gut the right way, no crazy diet overhaul needed. And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? So much of how we feel every single day, our energy, our mood, our overall health, it's all being run by what's happening in our gut. It really is the control center for everything.
You know, your body is working so hard for you. That backstage crew, they're running the show 24/7. So the question I want to leave you with is this: what are you doing to support them? Your gut has your back. Do you have its? Something to think about.